Hey friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and another video. Today we're going to be making some round tags out of just some round dies for my stash. And I'm featuring the Spellbinders February Large Die of the Month. Now, the one on the right is actually the little bunny butt from the club kit. The one on the left, I tried to kind of do on my own, so it's a little funny looking. All right, this is the floral bunny basket. This is the February Large Die of the Month from Spellbinders. And you can see there's a big basket and lots of flowers, and there's a cute little carrot, and this die right here cuts all the bunny parts. Now here are the circles that I use to make my tags. There's 3 components, and I used a nesting die set, and I'm pulling in the parts that I use. This is the Postage edge circles. And for these 2 inner parts, the white part, you'll see I cut a white circle from this die, and then I used another plain circle die in the middle to cut that out to make this little frame. And I did the same with this little yellow frame. I cut it out with this die, and then I used another plain circle die to cut out the frame. And the yellow and the green pieces have these little dots around them that the die creates. All right, I also used a plain circle die to cut a white piece of paper, and I just softly blended some blue ink to make it kind of look like clouds. And so those are the components of both tags, and you'll see now I'm coming in and kind of creating my bunny. Now the only parts of this bunny that come from the actual die set are the ears, and I just thought it would be fun to try to make a face. So right now I'm just kind of gathering the components that I want to use on these tags, and these are little tulips from the actual club kit, and just trying to get some basic layouts. But first I'm going to do my sentiments. This is the Easter Bunny stamp set. This is from Simon Hurley from last month, and I'm going to use the Happy Easter on this tag and then the Happy Easter on the other one. And I just put everything into my little Misty, my mini Misty. And once I get the positioning right, I can then just use my magnet to hold that paper in place. And now I'm just going to organize my little carrots here. Now I'm going to cover these with this white piece and then eventually the yellow piece. So you'll see there's carrots hanging out, and I'm trying to figure out where I want the carrots placed so that I can cut that bottom portion off. So again, just organizing. And once I know where I want them, I'm just going to use some tape. This is the tape that I use to hold die cuts in place when I put them through my die cutting machine. And it's not going to rip my paper. And now I'm just making a mark with my pencil of where these carrots are meeting this white frame. Because eventually I want to pop this white frame up on foam tape. So I don't want the bottom of those carrots interfering with that foam tape. So you'll see I'm just cutting them off, and I realized here I had that carrot upside down, so I kind of need to figure that one out again. So I'll make another mark, and then eventually I'll cut that off too. And again, I'm cutting the bottom of these off because I want my foam tape to sit evenly on this bottom layer. So now that I have my carrots in place, for me the easiest thing was just to put glue on another piece of paper and then run that underneath the carrots. So I didn't have to lift my carrots up and kind of redo any positioning. So again, at the time that just seemed the easiest thing to me. So now I'm going to glue this panel down to the base of what I'm making into my tag. And here comes the foam tape. This is my Altenew foam tape. And to measure how much I need for each circle, I'm just wrapping it around the circle. And then I'll cut it there. And because this is thicker than I need, or wider than I need, and I have 2 tags, I'm going to go ahead and cut this foam tape in half. So I'm using my scissors from Simon Says Stamp. These are great because they don't stick to the foam tape. And now I'm just going to put that other half back on my roll, and I'll use that later for the other tag. Now, when you want to put foam tape in a circle, it's best to take the release tape off. So right now there's no release tape on the bottom, no release tape on the top, and you'll see how easy it is for me to form this around the circle. And this is how I would do a shaker, but I would probably double up the foam tape if I were doing that. And I didn't need to be as careful to make sure the two ends of the foam tape met because I'm not making this into a shaker. So now I can lay this on the base, and again, I don't need to worry about it overlapping any of the carrots. So this bunny butt that I've already assembled, it's really easy to assemble, has this little slit. It actually has two little slits. And I'm just putting those over the little yellow frame and taping them in place. And then I can go ahead and, so it has little slits so it kind of fits over and it looks like, you know, it's behind the frame, kind of the rest of his body is behind the frame. So I went ahead and glued the frame onto the tag. And now for the little leaves on top of the carrots, there's this little hole at the top of the carrot that the die creates. And I am tucking the very bottom of those stems into that hole. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on top of the carrot, making sure I'm not gluing that little hole shut. And again, tucking the little leaves in. And it creates this really cute dimension with the little stem of the carrot. Now for the ears, I put glue on the top of the ear, or, you know, the top of the part that glues on, and then I clamped it to the bunny. Now, the reason I had to do that is because this bunny is lifted up on the bottom because of that foam tape. So now I'm putting pieces of foam tape behind the bunny to support him. So I just took slivers of foam tape and took both sides of the release tape off and placed it in there with my craft pick. Now here's the, I'm going to call it the Goofy Bunny tag. And again, I placed my tulips and cut off the pieces that would have interfered with foam tape. And for this, I'm just kind of flopping over all the tulips. They're all connected by tape. So this was easy to just glue them all in one piece and flop them back over. And I tried not to create too much dimension with these tulips. So the tulip in the middle has all three pieces that form the tulip, and the ones on the right and the left only have one overlapping piece, if you will. And I had cut little leaves that I placed kind of behind that main pink tulip. And here you see me using that other piece of foam tape that I had cut earlier. And I'm just doing this the same exact way as the first tag, and then I can go ahead and put this down on my base. And you'll see I've already put the bunny head and the bunny ears on. And now I'm just, you know, coming in with more leaves. Now, the bunny nose, I grabbed a piece out of those Merry mug sets from the holidays. Those were, you know, they made cute little animal ornaments. So that nose for the bunny is actually, I think it was the penguin nose or beak or whatever you want to call it. So that's what I use for the bunny nose. He's starting to look really goofy. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly looks wrong with him. So I pulled the ears out from behind his head, and I'm trying to figure it out. And I realized it's the glasses. It's the little things on the side of the glasses that clearly are not sitting on top of any ears. So I went ahead and just trimmed those off. Again, I tried to do something cute with this. And again, the ears are really the only part of this bunny that are from the kit. So the fact that this bunny is kind of creepy, weird looking is no fault of Spellbinders. This is all me trying to make something. So here's a Happy Easter sentiment that I had taken from that stamp set earlier and just heat embossed it on black paper. Now these tiny little flowers, these come from the small die of the month, from this month. And I'm just kind of filling in some spaces, and they're really sweet little flowers. Okay, for the back of the tags, this is the Big Hugs stamp set, also from last month and also from Simon Hurley. And there's a to from sentiment that I want to use on the back of these tags. So I lined one of them up and I made note of the position that I put in my MISTI. So now I can just put the second one in and stamp again. Now these were from the same circle dies from that original die set, and I've taped ribbon on the back with Scor-Tape. And now I'm just going to cover that tape and the bottom of the ribbon with this piece of paper. So that this is the back of the tag. And now what I'm doing is I'm coming in with some glossy accents over these glasses just to make them look like real glasses. I was just trying to salvage this tag. Look, sometimes things work out. Maybe you think it's cute. I think this is the kind of bunny that if you've seen some of those funny videos where somebody buys a really horrible Easter bunny costume and the little kids are running away screaming. I've seen some of those videos recently. They're funny. I feel like this little bunny might be one of those that kids would be scared of, but I tried and it was fun to make. And I love the little bunny butt on the tag on the right. He's really adorable. So I guess the overall point of this was, again, I always encourage you to have fun with your kits and try different things, but also tags. You don't have to have a tag die. Make tags out of circles from your stash. So that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.